Good evening, afternoon, and morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Papa Pike. We are back with another Two Summoners episode. I've got your boy Corvy right now. How you doing, Corvy? You doing good?
Good, always good. Finished work, hanging out, and I get to hang out with you for like another hour, dude. This is the greatest time of the week.
It's the best time. I actually get really psyched for Wednesdays now because I'm just like, look, I've got no stream, but I'm prepped for content, you know? And I'm like, yeah, this is the fun shenanigans. I just get to have random conversations and enjoy mad interviews. And speaking of interviews, Corvy.
Or what? What do we got?
Well, I'm just saying, like, do you want to, like, I'm trying to hype it up a little bit. You're giving me nothing.
I'm trying to just let you take it. I'm just like, oh, what do we got, dude?
Well, guys,
I'm trying to be that like wall you're bouncing your energy off. I'm not taking your flow, dude.
I
All
don't
right.
know,
Who
but
we
we're
have
trying to-
this week, Papa Pike?
We got to share the flow. Like, I was trying to bounce it to you to be like, let's get you in. I did the nice intro. We got everyone excited. I'm sure all the audio listeners are just having a blast right now because they're just saying,
Love him to death.
we love them to death. Clap 3 times so we can hear your heartbeat. But Corvy, we've got one of the big ball players in all of Oceania coming onto the podcast tonight. We've taken, I'd like to say, a little bit of a step up from a general manager into someone who I feel like is really in the scene, not just sort of behind the scene, you know? So who do we have?
Well, we have the head coach for Direwolves, someone that I'm super keen to have on today. I have a lot of questions that I want to ask them, especially with the recent announcements from LCO, with Peace being dropped from the league. I think they were meant to be versing Direwolves, so it's going to be a pretty decent connection and some questions we can ask her.
I'm pretty keen for some other ones in relation to like how this sort of split's looking, how they're finding the best of threes, moving into like the final bits of the group stage, being one of the best teams, of course. They're going to give us a really good insight into where their mental stage is at, and it's just going to sort of open up our eyes a little bit more. So I'm really keen for that. So we're going to quickly pause while we just get him all prepped, and we'll see you all in literally a second. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We have Valixas here joining us, the coach of the Direwolves. How are we going tonight, man? What's going on?
Yeah, not much. Pretty tired. Pretty tired. Just been scrimming, working. Yeah, I do soccer. I play soccer on the side as well. I play basketball, so I've been pretty tired, but I'm alive.
And you got the gym in the background too, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
I haven't done gym for like 2 weeks because I also just moved houses. So I've been slacking, but I'm meant to be getting back in it soon. So it should be good fun.
All right, mate. So it has.
Well, mate, it's great to finally get you on. We've been sort of teeing this up for so long, and we've been having nice little chats and getting to know each other offline. But yeah, how's everything going? How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Excited for LCO and to see what becomes of this interesting split. It's been an odd one to say the least. But yeah.
We have loads of questions we can dive into regarding the split and all that LCO stuff. But to begin, let's just get you to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
What's your name? Who are you? What do you do, mate?
Yeah, my name is Joseph. I'm also known as Valixas. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it the first time.
Oh, that's why we strategically planned for you to introduce yourself so we'd get it right from now on.
I see.
So
yeah,
Valixas, see, that's what I said, right?
Yeah, Valixas is the IGN. But but yeah, I work for VACA, which is the Victorian Aboriginal Childcare Agency. I work in like IT, so it's like pretty much the IT department. So that's my 9 to 5, and then after that is either soccer or League of Legends or basketball or girlfriend. I lived with my girlfriend for I've been with my girlfriend for like 7 years, and I lived with her for like 3 years. So that takes up my time as well. So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. What else?
Mate.
So what do you do in LCO? What's your job, man?
Oh fuck, yeah, that thing. I coach Direwolves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, started on I wouldn't say the best org, but I started on Gravitas. I was gonna say the best org in history, but no.
It's called his favorite team.
He's a good man.
Sean Callahan is a fucking funny cunt. So like,
yeah, he's a good man.
He's a funny one. He's a good man. Yeah, I spoke to him when I was at DreamHack last, and yeah, he's a good dude. Nice. But yeah, just that's where I started, and then contacted Direwolves the year after, and yeah, rest is history.
Dude, that DreamHack party, he bought me like 8 drinks. I was fucked.
Sean?
Yeah, Sean kept buying me drinks the whole night, and then he versed me in like that basketball, and then he's like, all right, whoever wins this has to buy the next 2 drinks, and then I beat him by 1 point.
Drunk Sean Callanan, that would be a sight for all of us to
I kept
see, but
calling
unfortunately-
Callahan, and he got so pissed off.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's Callahan! And then he sung his like family song.
He has a family song?
Yeah,
Can you recite it?
Man,
Yeah, can you sing it?
I can't remember what it was. It was like Calla something, and it's Callanan. It's Callanan.
Oh
I'm just
my
like, damn,
God.
dude, okay.
Next time, because I'm in Melbourne as well, so if I ever see him walking around, I'll be like, yo, I'm going to start singing it to him. And we'll
Yes.
see how that goes.
Well, I guess getting back to LCO business, mate, big congrats on topping the leaderboard and just being an absolute force in the LCO right now. You guys you seem to be underestimated, sort of like the underdog team coming into it. We had high hopes for like obviously Chiefs and all that sort of stuff moving forward. We actually put you guys at like 4th, 5th, roughly around that place coming in, and you've definitely shown us the 1-2. So mate, you're knocking me out for a punch. But do you have anything to say about it to the people who underestimated you guys from the start to where you are now?
Like not really. I guess like just when you look at nameplates, there's a lot of question marks. Like Danny Decoy was coming back from overseas. Same with Jesse, which is Chaz. And then Pradith is finally off Pentanet, so I guess there were like a lot of question marks with how he'd be on a roster that is I guess more there's more wild cards on it pretty much, as well as the integration of 2 I guess rookies, because like Poltron and Zeranus are newer to the scene, so it's a different type of squad that these experienced players have been a part of. Usually they stick to all of the veterans, but yeah, so the hesitation's understandable, but at the end of the day, like, public opinion means jack shit if you just win, so
I love that.
Yeah, well, Poltron was like subbing heaps last split anyway, like at the end of last year, so he's got heaps of experience plus coaching.
Yeah, I mean, Paul's got coaching. He's also got, he played for Gravitas and, took the 1 win away from Pensinet back in, I think it was it 2021, I want to say? I forget. But yeah, like, Paul has a bit of experience. Even Zerena's, like, played in OCS for Dire Cubs back in the day with Why Not, actually. And they won together. So, yeah, there is some experience there, just not, I guess, the highest level of experience that Chaz, Mark, and Danny would be used to.
Well, we've had a huge break, mate. It's been like what, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, including the bye for you. What have you guys been up to?
Much, we have been. No, I was gonna make it. Don't worry about it.
Just say it.
You're gonna say it now. You can't
fine.
not bait us into that. Come on.
Okay.
Nothing.
No, it's fine. We've been scrimming. We took a bit of a break though for like I'd say a week. We you just kick back and rest, because one thing, like, I've been working with Dylan Polis, who's this like psychologist, and he's really, really good with the team about maintaining a high level of play without burnout or anything like that, like making sure all the players are mentally sound and ready as well. So with burnout in mind, we made sure let's take a little break during the break of LCO. So we did that, and then we came back at it like I think 2 weeks ago, and we've just been going ham like pretty much every single day now. So double blocks as well, so they are very time consuming, but yeah.
Double scrim blocks.
It's fun. Yeah, it's
damn, dude.
fun.
That's all day.
That is all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
God damn.
Pretty
So
much.
best of 3s or just like 3 games?
Sometimes it could be 5 and 3. Sometimes it could be 4 and 4. Sometimes, it just depends.
Frick, man.
At least I like hearing that though, because you're getting a lot of gameplay and experience versus these teams. Like,
it's a lot.
Potentially too much, you might even argue, but at the same time, I guess going into this roster, especially the whole of LCO at the moment, all these teams are looking real fierce. So if you're getting good teams to verse, like you're getting so much probably needed experience into these players and sort of identifying. I just want to sidebar again, the psychologist part really fascinates me, so I'm going to talk to you about that off stream, because we could even do that now potentially, but we're trying to keep this one nice and quick pace, aren't we, Corvy? Because last time we sort of waffled a little bit on, so I'm waffling right now. But no, that's a lot of scrims. That's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it help?
I mean, I would expect majority of the top 4 teams to be doing, intense scrim blocks, because solo queue isn't the best place to practice at the moment, unfortunately, with all these scripters running around. So yeah, I would expect that every team that wants to win to be
just beat the scripters,
like
bro.
So Yeah, okay, good
Speed
luck
them.
hitting
Yeah.
skill shots on them. All right.
Are Chiefs and PGG still not versing each other, or is that just a rumor?
I'm pretty sure PGG are in the fairyland of PCS scrims, so yeah, they're doing their
What?
own thing.
They're
Yeah.
not scrimming
'Cause, like,
anyone on LCO?
you know how they like move to Perth and like that's where they live
Yeah.
and like they yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're just scrimming PCS teams. Occasionally they might scrim some OS teams here and there, but I'd say that's like very rare. I think they
Wow.
always prefer to scrim PCS teams. The quality's probably just higher. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you'd
it's
think the ping would be worse though.
but because they're in Perth, I'm pretty sure the
Mm.
ping isn't that bad because like Australia's a pretty big place. So
Yeah.
the ping on Perth is a lot different to the ping in like Melbourne, Sydney, etc.
Yeah, that's
True.
fair. Well, we pulled you out of
So,
scrims, man. How they going? How's the
yeah,
scrim results doing?
I mean, I'm not Benvi. I'm not gonna say scrim results are going immaculately every day of the week, and like they're perfect. But for me, and I feel like for the entire team, as long as we're learning from scrims day in day out, that's like the main focus. Whether we're winning or losing, like honestly, it doesn't matter. As long as we're taking lessons away and we're improving as a team, that's all that matters. So
Yeah, that's the
nice.
environment for it. It's the best time
yeah,
to lose. You want to get all the L's out in scrims and none on stage.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
that's true.
Well, I guess little segue from talking about teams and all the scrims and stuff. Let's talk about the drama that was Peace. I think that's something we all sort of want to know a little bit more. I think that's what you hinted at me when we were talking recently, being like, "Hey, I can't really say anything. There's something happening, but I'm not allowed to say." I was like, "Oh, well, now you have to say." Was that Peace?
Um,
Or was that something else?
I did not know that Peace would be pulling out, but I had suspicions that, like, I don't know, it felt really rough to like end first and then cop, probably a top 3 team in the league in being Peace. Like I didn't know if that was the best for the competition,
Yeah.
or for I guess the integrity of the competition.
Mm.
So yeah, I was very suspicious if like we were going to play, if like it was official. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to wait and see like what would happen with Peace because you just never know with that organization, unfortunately. But yeah,
It
they
was so
probably
strange.
yeah, they just pieced out. I don't know.
They just
really did.
pieced out.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
So I guess the next little side bit to that is like, are you sort of maybe happy that they are gone, considering you just said that they were a top like 3 team, like
They're looking
potentially,
good.
like they were looking real strong, and you even beat them in that best of 1. Like, are you happy that they're gone? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm very conflicted because like I love the entire region being stronger as a whole, and peace being in part of the region is a benefit for the entire region because like they're better scrim partners, they're talented, they make games way more competitive and more entertaining. Like it's a shame. Like I wish going back they could just be there from week 1 and they could just play and you just have the tournament run as it is. So in a sense, I'm disappointed. In another sense, like obviously they're like a top 3, top 2 team, so like I'm happy that we get a win against them, but it also feels rough because it's like, well, I would have, from a, I guess, skill standpoint and from like a regional standpoint, I would have liked to see us verse Peace and actually see who's better on the day, especially in best of 3 format, would have been very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's what I was thinking too. Best of 3s would have been crazy because I don't know what the Peace management's like and the coaching stuff, but from the like, we only really saw him in what, like 3 games, 2 games or something?
I think it was 2 games.
Two games, yeah.
Yeah, it was Chiefs and you, yeah.
Yep.
So they look ridiculously good versus Chiefs, and I don't know if you're just like that much better than Chiefs, but you seem to like shut them down so much better. So grats on that. But
I mean, we were losing for the majority of the game.
Yeah,
no,
actually,
you
I
look
was
better
about
though.
to say that.
Chiefs died. If you
Chiefs
watch
just
it,
got
like
shut down.
Camille just went ham, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, because that's
true.
the difference between you guys and Chiefs is what I noticed is the second Chiefs hit the rift, they were already beaten mentally. They're just like, what are we doing? They went in wrong, and that's I think a big part of the Chiefs at the moment. But you guys went in and be like, oh, we're just gonna play our game. We're gonna focus. We're gonna go in and just see what happens. Peace still played like fucking monsters. Like I was scared. If I was Direwolves, I would have been scared. But you guys just came out on top and you played so well. Like you saw
Yeah.
the little win cons, and obviously you would have done mad VOD reviewing of that game, being like, okay, this is what we could have done better, blah blah blah, all that. But I think you guys did like exceptional. So I would have loved to see you versus Peace in a best of 3. I think because that was
sure.
predicted as well. It was Peace versus you because they were technically bottom of the ladder, and then they got
That
taken
was
out.
bullshit.
Just
Yeah.
we have strong feelings
Like-
about this.
I mean, the format as a whole, and like again, I would never blame Peace for a single second about like the unfortunate situation. I more care about why the fuck, like, the format just doesn't make any sense. Pretty much, that's all I'm gonna say. Format doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
but
why?
It is what
Well,
it is.
what part is it? The split to like 2 groups thing?
Like when there's incentive to lose games, there's a problem with the format. So, for example, if you are Kanga and who was it? If you were Chiefs, I should say. If you were Chiefs and Pentanet in the last day, like getting first place, you land in a harder group than if you get second.
Yeah.
And there even is a world where, like, if for example, you knew that you matched up better against a certain team, you could purposely lose a game to avoid that team to be in the opposite group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
when there is incentive, like in LEC, for example, like I'm pretty sure first and second place, they decide who they want to play out of the bottom team. So they get to like pick and choose. And that makes more sense to me because I'm like, okay, you actually get rewarded now for being top 2 and you get to choose your opponent rather than just like, oh, I might lose this game now because I don't want to be versing that team in that group, for example. So
Yeah, actually, I
Yeah.
never thought of it like that. So
Yeah,
true.
Well,
it's just-
I mean, like we were actually saying that in the final week that Chiefs looked weaker than they have the whole entire split. So
Yeah.
tinfoil hat material coming out, dude. They threw games.
Like I honestly, I don't think Chiefs would throw just based on the players' egos alone. So like, I don't think they would throw. I don't think Pentanet would throw either. So I think like they probably just had like a really fucking rough game. Also though, Kanga like can pull fucking shit out of a hat. Like,
Dude, Kanga's an
they're
eye.
pretty. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you know, they are a solid team in their own right. So you can't just
fair
write
enough.
off that win. Yeah.
Still seem like the group of life. Let's be honest.
For sure. I mean,
But with
if you're
Peace
looking at-
gone, it's a little bit better.
Oh, for sure. Like we're piss chilling. Yeah.
Well, you guys get a free dub. PGG absolutely like destroyed Mammoth, like Jesus. So you're gonna be
Yeah.
versing them. If you get the win, 90% chance you're gonna have to verse them again in the grands. How you guys feeling going into PGG, dude?
Pretty confident. Like honestly, they're a fun team to verse because they have like so much experience on their team. They have a lot of creativity as well. And I like not knowing necessarily like what they're going to pick and like what they're cooking up because they could be cooking and we just don't know because they're again PCS. Like they're streaming PCS teams. So that is exciting. And yeah, like I think we're just confident in our own game, like going into it. Like we're not too worried about who we're versing, what competition, like how we stack up against them. It's more about are we playing high level League of Legends? If we are, sweet. If we're not, let's fix it to get to that high level again.
Yeah.
That's all we're concerned about.
Yeah, because that sort of beautifully pushes us into like the next sort of side of that is like you were looking so good in these best of 1s. We haven't had a chance to see you in best of 3s. Again, Peace dropping out, giving you the free dub. Like we want to know like what is your mindset or is anything changing as you're sort of looking towards these best of 3s? Because you'll be sort of the one team that hasn't had the experience going into these nights of longer games, a bit more pressure. Are you guys adapting or so maybe adapting to the pressure on you guys, maybe the coaching staff in particular? Are you guys feeling nervous at all moving into that really?
I don't think so. I think like as much as Zonas and Poltron are like more, less experienced players, like they are very mature as people, and I think they can handle pressure like really well. And I think that we have good systems in play to handle that pressure as well. So I would never worry about Chaz, Mark, or Danny because they're just so experienced. But I would put more attention to the newer players. But I know them as people, as over like just as players, but I know them as people. I know they can definitely handle pressure. So yeah, no worries, no nervousness whatsoever.
Well, a lot of sites come down on the coaching staff in best of 3s because like the only really change and difference between games comes down to who we ban and who we pick in. We notice this. Are you feeling pressure, mate?
Nah, like one thing,
Nah.
maybe like not too many coaches have like accepted is that draft isn't just a coach's like place to live
Yeah.
and breathe. Like
Mm.
like the draft is always a team
Yeah,
thing.
players have
So
opinions.
for sure, like if they didn't, they wouldn't be players. So yeah, I'm not too concerned. Like I know like we have our read on the meta 13.4 as well, so we're going into a different patch. We have our read, we have our what we think is good for our specific team as well, and so we'll be fine. Come to best of threes, we'll be fine.
Any tips on 13.4?
0.4. Let's think. So
Okay, if I'm
jungle,
gonna put anything, I'm a mid laner.
Yeah.
Hit me with the mid lane. What should I be playing? Bear in mind, I'm silver. Don't say Annie.
Oh, you should honestly just play Annie. I'm really sorry.
God damn it.
Like Annie's like pretty good right now. Also, if you get autofield support, just play a support.
Yeah,
Who
I
the fuck
just play
cares?
support.
Yeah. So like, yeah, just learn how to hit your ults and you're Gucci. So
It's
that's
just
what I would
flash.
say.
But no, let's go through all the different spots. Anything in particular? Let's run through top to bottom. How you feeling? Any good champions? Anything smart?
Okay, for top lane, what's broken?
Try not to give too much
okay.
away.
Don't maybe just give
No.
one. Not
Okay,
all.
we'll see. I was just gonna troll you the entire time, so I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna say what's broken, but Shaker is very good. That's all I'm gonna say. So shout out to Poltron. Poltron will like that.
Okay, there we
Okay.
go.
There you go, Poltron. You're welcome.
He's a one trick man. Poltron's just like shit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, even back in Gravitas, like Poltron just wanted to lock Shaker like every fucking.
Back in
day.
amateur, dude, when I was versing him, it was still that.
Yeah. So if there's an angle for it, like obviously Poltron's gonna pick Shaker. So it is what it is.
He'll find that angle. He'll ask for it every game.
Pretty much.
So okay, we're not sure if you watched the last interview we had with Maka, who was the general manager for Mammoth, and he sort of talked about some pretty maybe in-depth things about orgs and sort of how staff are trying to support the players. And I guess Peace is a really good example of maybe a team not doing the best by their players or the scene itself. Corvy, what's a good way to talk about this? Like, do you have any frustrations with LCO or pro scene?
Yeah, he was bringing up stuff like, especially in the off season, where players were kind of banding together and teams seemed to be kind of forming around friendships, and it seemed to be like a buddy thing.
Yeah.
Basically, how did you guys go in off season, and do you have any like comments on that?
Yeah, nepotism is the water that flows in the river of LCO, and like is competitive. But I'm pretty sure nepotism exists in all places. Like even if in workplaces, like you will hire your friends if you could. So I don't think it's like necessarily a bad thing. It's just it is the way of the world, unfortunately. So like you have to bite that bullet and make the connections you can if you want to get to where you want to go. I get frustrated about it though. Like obviously, like I accept it as part of reality, but I also get frustrated about it because it does then negate talent being acknowledged. Like I thought Chirp like coming into the offseason will get picked up by a team. I thought it was really good. And he put in like he put in anyway. I'm not sure what he does now. I don't have time to keep track on him, but he was putting in a lot of work as well. I think he was like at one point like rank 10 or rank 6 or something on solo queue. Part of the Midland Academy, which is Coach Curtis's like academy. Like he's been in there for a while, so he's like been putting in the time and effort to be a really good mid laner. And I thought he was gonna get picked up, but then when I heard some of the rumored teams, specifically from the Mammoth organization, I was just like, nah, this shit's a fucking joke. But like ultimately, they just had to put in, from the sounds of it, they just had to find people that wanted to play together. So they found, Akane and his friends. So like it is what it is, but it's the reality. So like you can't escape it in my opinion, in all parts of life. Like it just is what it is.
Is Akano even mates with Dajong? I don't know. I thought he was the only one out of it.
I'm pretty sure though, like this is another thing that's fucked, is like Chirp has made friends with certain people in the scene that people don't like, so then they don't want to play with him because of association, which is like an entire different issue. So it's fucking, it reminds me of being in high school again, and it's just like, bro, just grow the fuck up. And it's like,
it's a professional setting at that stage, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're friends with this person, you just don't get a job. Unlucky, Lamau.
Like I would way prefer to play with people that I think are good, and I could become their friends over just playing with like my shit friends that are like stuck in gold. So I don't know.
Do you think there's
no
a
offense
chance?
to gold players, though.
Look, that's okay.
Anyway.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm
You're
fucking
forgiven.
hard stock, mate. No,
Right.
you're not actually.
Yeah.
Eat a bag of them, dude.
I don't know about you, Corvy. I'm doing just fine.
Oh, dude, I'm washed. All right, well, good segue. How did you guys go in off season, like building your
Okay, I
team?
didn't even answer that. Yeah, pretty stressful. Okay, not gonna lie, it was actually stressful because I always wanted. So yeah, going into it, I was always like, okay, what problems did we find in like 2022's Direwolves? And I was like, okay, like we had a lot of talent, but we didn't really have composure. Especially in those playoffs, like we got knocked out in the first round of both playoffs, which like felt really, really bad. And I feel like a lot of that did come to like nervousness from bot lane and the inability to stay composed. Unironically, Ground Zero have Dante and Drain that just got knocked out. So I don't know. Maybe it is full circle. But so yeah, I don't know. We needed more composure. We needed more like stability. We needed more, I guess, veteranship. And then I was like, okay, what players can we get to do that? I heard Mark was available, and I was like, okay, like getting Mark is like straight up a top 2 ADC in the region, like from the get go. That'd be a really, really good place to work around. Zerenis, he's a freak, but like he's a good freak, and I like him. So I wanted him around as well because he's like really, really good at the game, and his mind is just different. Poltron, I know, is just like a hardcore grinder, so I knew that he was gonna like put in the effort to become the best in his role. Like, so I thought, okay, those two rookies, 100% want to work around them because they're talented, hardworking, and they have a mind for the game. And then I just wanted veterans around them. And then we were really struggling to find a mid laner. And then one day I just messaged Chaz and I was like, yo, like, what are your plans? And then, yeah, took the conversations from there. But it was just difficult to get all 5 players together, but we did it. That's all I can say.
Maybe on the back of that, would you did Direwolves at any point consider doing something like a scouting ground similar to like what Chiefs was very publicly trying to do? Like, is there any other orgs trying to do? I know Mammoth, I think, tried to do something and it just didn't really hit its stride. But do you think that should be something bigger in the scene, especially? In
I didn't even mention before, like probably months before I even started talking to people, I ran like in-houses for OS.
Okay.
And part of that was like, scoping out talent, like who's actually like up and coming, like who's decent. Like Gooby actually impressed me from those as well. Like I think Gooby was actually pretty solid. But yeah, so I ran that. And obviously, like from the first time I saw Danny play, I was just like, bro, this guy could literally like not play his role, not play solo queue, and he'd still be better than like 90% of people that like are hardcore playing support. So he just has a mind for the game and understanding that he's just like, it's really hard to develop that over a short period of time. Like you just need that experience. And that's what Daniel has. So but so yeah, those in-houses like definitely shown. What is the right word? Shined light?
Dude, you're too tired, huh?
I'm not gonna lie. My
Shone
mind is
Shone
a bit,
light.
it's a
Shone
bit how
light.
you going.
Yeah, Sean
I don't know. Anyway, the light was very, very big on Danny in those in-houses. So
large light.
Fact.
Oh, sweet.
Large
Did you
light.
think about bringing anyone back from the Gravitas grassroots days?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't remember anybody from Gravitas grassroots.
Oh, dude, come on.
Okay, wait.
Man.
Wait. Okay, Vixpa, I knew, and like he helps a lot on like the coaching side of things. Like if I'm not necessarily there, like he will be able to like help with that a bit as well. But also he just has like the ability to learn from a veteran, which I think is like super underrated. And not many people are happy being a sub and learning. Like in my opinion, like after the season ended, I said to Dante, I was like, yo, please stay on Direwolves as a sub and learn from Mark, because he will have qualities that like you cannot learn in solo queue. Like the ability to gain a lead and then communicate to your team what you need to do to carry that game is one of the biggest flaws that Dante has. And like he is never going to be able to practice that unless he actually has a mentor there showing him how to do it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like unless somebody else has another method, then by all means, like teach me how the fuck you teach that shit, because that shit's hard. Like as an ADC, to be able to communicate to the team in game what they need and what they want to snowball that game over and over and have that consistency as well is like so hard to develop. And I think Mark there obviously has played the game for years and he has developed that. So being able to sit back and watch that and learn from that, I thought was like 100% what Dante should do, because up and coming talent, so young, like he has so many years ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I think that would have just like excelled his game to the next level come 2024. But he prefers to just play, which I can definitely understand as well.
Yeah.
But like
Coachable
from a
talent's
development
rare.
perspective, yeah, it is rare for sure. But from a talent perspective, I just think he could have been like that much better next year. But we'll see what happens.
So I think talking about players, I think this is actually a fan question. So we've actually reached out, and you're actually the first one to get hit with these. Is who is some of the talent that you think deserves a spot? We mentioned Chirp before, but let's build a team to fill the space that Peace has now left us with. Like, who would you? What's your dream team? Honestly, and I'll find out really quickly who actually came up with that question for you.
That was me.
Was it you?
I'm the fan.
You're the fan? It's the Gravitas days all over again.
Yeah, dude.
So if you had a dream team.
That isn't your team now already. So who, all right, well,
I'm just looking at solo queue leaderboard. Yeah.
All right, good. Because like a better way of doing it is like there's obviously people that just don't get spots because of whatever bloody reason. Yeah. Well, even if it's not for every role, who do you think people that should definitely get a shine?
Yeah.
I'm just going down the leaderboard. Nathan Mott, he should definitely get a shot. No, he's had shots. He played for he started Direwolves back in the day.
Oh.
Anyway.
He's washed.
Don't worry. He's not washed. No, he's still like challenger.
Competitively washed.
Competitively washed.
I don't know. He probably just like different priorities. When you get older, like your priorities fucking go everywhere, so it's hard. Like it's so hard because like I'd say Chirp for sure, like up and coming talent as well. Like it can't be like old players coming back.
Yeah.
It can be
anyone.
old players coming back,
It
sure.
can be anyone.
Don't say Carbon.
I mean, if any team is going to just
back.
take Pieces' spot and be competitive, like surely you get Cupcake support. I think Cupcake is like goated.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I actually want to see? I want to see Nathan Mott in jungle. I want to see Coach Curtis in mid. I want to see Cupcake support.
Yep.
Maybe just put Kalrock AD because I know that Kalrock and Cupcake played together in OCS with I'm pretty sure with Zerenis and why not? And then for top lane, is it just Theon? Oh yeah. Theon might tilt off Nathan Mott. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, we're not gonna see. I don't know. Roll swap mid beast top or some shit.
Top Dude, what about Shardblade? Let's go.
Shardblade isn't it just the
On
TFT
GP.
gamer these days?
Is he? Oh god. Can then we get Can of Kung Fu top lane, baby.
Can of Kung. Yeah, was that Weekend Warriors strat?
Yeah, it did.
It was Weekend Warriors. No. Yes, I remember that. No, I don't think. I think Can of Kung Fu plays now. Okay, I murdered.
No,
that
he
joke.
doesn't. He yeah, okay.
Someone said nah, and in my head, all I think about is GN and GNAR. Don't mind me.
All right.
Nah.
I'm very tired. I'm letting you know. This is like how my brain functions. I just talk whatever comes to my brain. Oh wait, Guncrab's actually also really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually know who that is. I actually know who that is. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, Corvy. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm not washed anymore.
I'm just gonna be over here, just chilling, sitting in gold.
What's happened? Oh
god. I used to compete for some of like these people, man. Now I'm just fucking giga washed. Anyway, like inside of Direwolves, this is probably going to be a little bit hard to answer. Who is the underdog inside of your actual team, and who you expect big things from coming into this best of 3?
Who I expect big things from, or
yeah, well, I guess it could be a 2-part question if you want to break it down. Who's the underdog inside your team? Who do you think is the one that isn't performing the best, or is like, I don't want to say the weakest because that makes it sound bad. Everyone's playing fantastically. Who's the least fantastic player? And you can say, oh, well, he's improved. I expect big things from him coming into the next one.
Yeah. Smart.
Oh, this is a hard question.
Yeah, it is.
I would say, I'd say with support changing meta slightly, like, you know, the melee supports are now buffed, you will probably see more proactive things from Danny. But that doesn't necessarily mean he was performing the worst. It's more just like the role has changed. Well, the role is like slightly changed where like, you can play more engaged in more spots. So you can probably see more proactivity, and you will, in a sense, then see him like actually do shit. Because like if you're playing Lulu and you're pressing E, really hard to see that shit from a viewer standpoint. Versus if you're playing Rakan and is like Alistar and shit, and he's like engaging, then it's much more obvious to the untrained eye to see what they're doing. So I'm gonna say Danny.
Expect big things from Danny. Sure, I'll keep eyes on him. And if he plays bad, I'll let him know on Twitter.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right.
So
Well,
true.
do you guys want to talk about the? We can just like go off like absolutely grilling you about questions. Talk about the recent LCO results. What did you guys think from tonight?
I thought today's games were actually quite good. It was definitely a nail biter. Like first game, and then it was a reverse sweep. I was actually quite impressed with that. Because we sort of have seen Kanga, like you said, have sort of not been bad, but really doesn't feel like they've sort of stepped up, if that makes a little bit of sense. Whereas now
Ultron's looking up the games.
Yeah.
I just saw him tap on.
That's
He's like,
Ultron,
shit, dude, what's going on?
Bro,
What
I
was
don't
the
fucking remember
result,
what happened
man?
last night.
But
My
also-
brain is fried.
Literally talking about those hard engaged supports, I just want to call out Bulldog here on that atrocious Alistar knockback that actually knocked Jax into the Varus, under tower and stunned him, which ultimately ended in like an ace. So, Bulldog, I know you're going to get hit hard by your coach there. Just step up, bro. All right?
That's fine. We'll see a flexing pic on Twitter, and then it all will be good with the world.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
I
fine.
love Bulldog. He has like probably got my like the best energy in the league.
that
Dre's
mullet,
a funny
man.
cunt.
Yeah, he is.
But I was gonna say his hair is, in
Oh,
my
it's-
opinion, questionable. But you do you, Dre.
Oh, what's your thoughts on Hooper, man? What do you think about
Ooh.
Hooper?
Fuck.
Is he bad?
I
He's had some pretty
I don't like
shocking
shitting
performances. No,
I
come
don't
on,
like shitting on
look.
people.
Well,
I don't like
just
shitting on people. But I like in the like in houses that I ran, like I was not impressed by Hooper whatsoever. Like
oh,
I
he had a
thought,
good performance tonight.
Had a really good night.
well, that's if he's improving, then like fuck yeah, like power to you. Just I don't know. I think he sometimes is just like on too much fucking cocaine, and he just like can't think straight. I don't know.
Yes. How many
I don't
times have
know.
I said this, Corvy?
He's a
How many
kid.
times? He'll stand
He is
in
a
that
kid, which is
front
like-
bush
yeah.
and just start auto-attacking at level 1 as like a Caitlyn, and then just gets hard engaged and dies. And you're just like, why, Hooper? Why? Sorry, that's
Like,
my rant over.
I'm sure that actually, you know what? I reckon on order he probably had like more guidance and like was able to play more composed because he's coming in as like, just stepping into Puma and just like being more reserved and like just have to do his job. So maybe here he's just like overcompensating or something like that. Like I don't know. But just from the in-houses, I wasn't that impressed. I was like, okay, I think like Dante is like way better, and to me they're very comparable because they're both like young. But that could also just be biased because I've worked with Dante before. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think Hooper definitely could improve and he could be like a top ADC in a couple of years. But right now, like I don't rate him, and like that's just my opinion.
Young.
So,
Unlucky. Out of
Yeah.
Kanga and GZ, who did you have winning?
I rate Fido like pretty high. I think he's like
Yeah.
That's super
I think
interesting
it's
because he hasn't had like the greatest split.
he hasn't, but he's just a weird player where like he can just pick Cassiopeia and just like kill everybody and doesn't fucking matter. He's just a little snake that's just sliding around the rift. I don't know. He just like he just on his picks, he's scary in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
if he's playing like Rise, Azir, Cassiopeia, Tristana, I'm like, okay, Fido knows his champion identity. He's gonna be able to play towards that and he will like do his part. He might just have bad performances every now and again, but generally speaking, like he's a very, very solid player. In my opinion.
Yeah, I like hearing that.
I feel really fucking bad for Ground Zero because I swear to God, yesterday against Chiefs in that third game, I think they would have won.
So did I.
Really?
So did I, actually. I thought they were going to win too.
Like Chiefs looked defeated even after the draft. They're like, oh fuck, like we don't have a favorable draft. And we just lost the game to Ground Zero. I think Dante was feeling himself. I think Dre was probably feeling himself. Like maybe that was the game to like, push him to the next level. But
Maybe
yeah,
a question about the
fucking-
second game. What do you think of Babib going full AP Maokai? in the jungle. Is that like, I guess, because we know Maokai is so strong. What are your thoughts on full AP Maokai? Like, I was really confused because we know demonic and what the fuck is that item? You know, what is everyone fucking running at the moment in jungle?
Demonic Embrace.
Demonic Embrace, yeah.
And Virtue, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, Radiant
Virtue, that's it. Like, you sort of expect a little bit more of a tanky Maokai, sort of sustaining for his team, but doing overall damage. But full AP Maokai, he just kept getting popped, trying to be a tank, and it was very concerning.
I'm just gonna check out the comp. Bro, it's actually 2023. I just holy fuck, time is flying.
Dude, it's March. It's March.
It's actually crazy. I swear the other day it was like New Year's Eve, and now it's March.
Bro doesn't know 2023.
Like, I know that we're here, but it's also just like weird to see. I don't know.
He's winning at the LCO, but he doesn't know what year it is.
Okay. Wait, what the fuck am I looking at? We're in stage 2 now of the LCO. I'm looking at the draft to go. I want to see, like, are we? You sure?
Chiefs drafting is what I feel like Chiefs is doing wrong.
I think Chiefs
draft and then just being like.
I think Chiefs just look like a shadow of themselves, and they're feeling it, and they're just like, oh.
Aren't they? Isn't Maokai the only AP in their comp? They have Jace. They have Varus. Then they have.
Oh, I mean, you don't need to go full AP with Varus. Surely not.
I mean, like, it's understandable for Maokai to go full AP in that comp, I think. Okay. Getting popped instantly is probably just like positioning over like build. Okay. But yeah, I have to like rewatch the game. I'm not gonna lie, I was so fucking tired last night that I fell asleep during that game. I don't know how. And then I woke up and GZ won. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, let's go.
Do you know whose PC exploded?
Dante.
Yeah, Dante's graphics card like shit the bed.
Yeah. And then you guys gifted him a new computer, didn't you?
Yeah, Direwolves lent. I don't know which word is meant to be there.
Words are for the audio listeners to figure out.
But yeah, Direwolves lent a PC to Dante to play today. Just unfortunate that it is now their last game until after MSI, which is fucked to think about.
Whoa. Wait, when's MSI?
It's a while away.
Pretty sure MSI is going to be. This is just literally a random guess based on previous years, like June, August.
Jesus.
August, January, March, April, May, June. No, April, June. I'd say probably MSI. But wait, surely it's fucking released, no?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's May, June because it's 2 months till DreamHacks.
DreamHack
is usually where we go for prepping for like now PSI and stuff. So I'm expecting it to be in about 2 months.
Yeah, it actually says the 2nd of May to the 21st of May.
Oh, so, sweet. Wait, that's super rushed after DreamHack. DreamHack's like end of April. Are you going DreamHack, mate? Am I seeing you there again?
I may as well. Like, I live in Melbourne. It's just like 20 minutes away, so I probably should. Probably. I mean, I'm hoping to be there competing. So
you will be.
Oh, true.
I believe in you.
But if I'm not, then I'll probably just rock up anyway and support whatever team is there. We'll see.
All right, man. Last question. Team Bliss, Chiefs. Who you got?
Dip, good dog one. Shit. You are not it.
Is this usually that close?
Eaty, meaty, money, mo.
Like, Chiefs could wake up tomorrow and be the best fucking team in the league again. Eldoric is like locking in Rakan and just like one-shotting everybody for some reason.
Yep.
But Bliss could also just be like, lol, we have Daystar and why not? You don't know what you're getting. Like, it's going to be why not Ivan mid-jungle? Who knows? So, like, did I say why not? I meant Rengar.
You said why not? Why not an Ivan?
Yeah, I just now why not and Rengar are just one person now. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I would say honestly, if I had to bet money, which I don't because I'm part of the league, I would say I'd give my money to Bliss. I don't know. I think they're probably just more consistent.
They're more.
Then can you beat Bliss? Can you beat Bliss?
We can. Like, obviously we can. Like, anybody on the day can beat anybody there. That's a fucking scary thing.
All right, well, then what this... Okay, well, I mean, it's so unfair to ask a team, can they beat him? Because they're just going to say yes. What percentage do you give you?
Against Bliss?
Yeah.
On stage, I would give us probably like... I'd say like 60-40.
That's good.
On
60-40.
on stage, scrims are a different beast. Benvy, scrims are a different beast.
I've been talking to Benvy actually, and he's feeling really good. I think now that they're all getting into a home, they're all actually in the actual house up here in Brisbane. They're having a way better time. I think they're feeling really confine's not the right word. Yeah, they're actually feeling that vibe of, hey, we're actually a team now properly instead of being spread out over the space. So that's sort of the vibes I'm getting from him, which is really nice. Now, okay, let me ask you this: do you have anything you'd like to ask us? Anything interesting? Because I'm silver, gold. Corvy's washed, so his rank doesn't matter.
Just like that, huh?
What's the average time game in silver games?
Ooh,
like in solo queue.
Question. I get roller off pretty much every single game, so it's freelo. So it's probably like. No, I'm gold. Actually... I'm gold. I'm like, okay. You say actually? Oh, God. I'm like gold 4, dude. I'm pretty much silver. I'm giga washed.
That's fine. At least you're clean.
I've noticed my games go for about 30 minutes.
Such a ginger. Oh, God. Wait, what'd you say, Pike?
30 minutes, roughly.
Oh, yeah. I'll say 30, 35. Yeah, I agree.
They don't actually.
Bro, Annie would be so broken. You get to level 16 every game. And just
man.
Anyway.
Don't me. Don't get me on this path. I took
the other question,
yes,
is Mr. Pike. Have you met Corvy before in real life?
Yeah.
How tall is he? Tall to you, or is he just like normal size? Because I swear he's like a giant.
We're both quite tall. That's the thing.
I'm 6'4", by the way. I'm 6'4", by the way.
I'm literally a midget.
So
yeah, you're like 5'9".
5'9". Well, I'm like 6'1", 6'2", so I'm not as big as Corvy.
I think when I met you, I was wearing my boots that night, so I would have been like 6'6".
I just remember like looking up, like, okay. Well,
yeah, I'm huge, dude.
Happens. And then like Rival was there as well, and he was just as like tall and jacked as well. I was like, oh fuck, I feel puny right now.
I was with Flop though. He's pretty short.
Flop was there as well. Yeah, Flop's a funny cunt. I like Flop.
And
his roommate was hilarious.
Oh my God, I was with her as well. She was cooked.
She was an interesting character. So,
yeah. Oh, God love her. She's so fun.
Yeah. I think I had one more question, but I forgot. Oh no, not a question. Just more of a I guess a clarity. Sure. My brain's fucking fried. The reason why the reason why Direwolves didn't do content for like our incredible roster is because Jesse was like in England like 2 days before the season started. Like we literally like didn't have time. None of us went to media day because like Cameron was sick by memory. Portman was the only one in Sydney. Danny's from New Zealand, and they did like a separate thing for New Zealanders or some shit like that. And then Mark was like, I forgot what Mark was doing. I think Mark was like traveling or some shit. So like literally we didn't get the 5 players together until like really, really late. So like we just couldn't do content. Like of course, I think every one of our players would love to do content. Because they're all funny as fuck. But yeah, didn't have the opportunity. But Split 2, hopefully we actually have some shit to release.
Shit. Hell yeah.
That's what I want to see. I liked having all the black figures there though, just like I blanked out, because I could just look at it and be like, I can put just anything I want there. Like I'm dream teaming this right now, and I'm just laughing my way through. It's like playing Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I was having the best time.
I find that shit cringe.
You put photos there, and I was like, oh well, all right, that's.
Do we put photos there?
Yeah, you've got photos and stuff there now. Yeah.
I thought it was just you doing a vlog, man. I that's what I remember. You sit in front of your camera, you're like, yo, it's me, Valixas. This is the team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look, no, that was like literally we didn't have like anything proper to put out, I guess. So we just like made that video as like something, because like something's better than nothing. Like imagine if we just fucking released like a statement like on Twitter, like this is our roster. Like that would have been fucking shit. So instead we got like clips together. I recorded that short piece. I guess it's not. I wouldn't say it's a vlog. Next time I'll do it naked on the beach, and then it can be a vlog. Okay.
Oh shit, dude, that actually been so nice. All right, Split 2 ideas, dude. You better be on a beach.
Jesus Christ. All right, we'll see.
Well,
man.
Really, that brings us to the end, doesn't it, Corvy? Like I think.
Yeah, man.
But quick rapid fire question: snakes or birds?
birds. They sound so nice in the mornings. Yeah.
All right, I
Oh
like
damn,
it.
that's
That's a good
nice.
answer. Smart. Well, mate, thank you so much for jumping on tonight and spending your valuable sleeping time with us. It is quite late for all of us here, so really greatly appreciated. Nice to finally have you on. Mate, anything you'd like to say? Anyone you'd like to see jumping onto the podcast in the future that you could recommend?
I would love to see Cameron Abbott on the podcast. Don't fucking put Abbott in there. I shouldn't have said his last name. Anyway, I'm too tired. My brain is just going. I'd love to see Zerenis on the podcast because he's a funny as fuck cunt, but he would never do it. So rough.
Damn.
Other than that, who else would be good on the podcast? I'm trying to think from the scene. Oh.
Hmm.
I'm trying to...
Mm-hmm.
There's people going on in my head, but like some of them I shouldn't say. Maybe if you could get, I think if you want like analysis, Shock would be good. If you want entertainment, Dre would be good. Dre would be so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
Time to make some
Mighty
friends.
Bulldog 3. Who do you guys want on the podcast? That's the big
Everyone.
question.
I want everyone.
Dude, I just wanted you on the podcast. My life's complete now.
Yeah.
Just get all of Earth on the podcast at one and just have them all like play Among Us. That'd be good fun. Yeah.
Actually, that sounds lit. We should actually definitely do that. That actually sounns like fun.
No, I think we just get them all in a Discord call.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why not had like lobbies of Among Us going at one point? So maybe there's somewhere.
Maybe we're reaching into why not. Like,
Maybe
we're going to play some
Why Not.
Among Us.
You know what? Why not reach out to Why Not?
I'm going to now. Actually, I'm in Brisbane. I'll go to their house. I live really close to them. Well, I got invited. I got invited to their Christmas party. I
Oh, that's.
and I couldn't go. I was pretty upset.
Unfortunate.
But we won't dwell on that. Well, okay. Thank you so much, man. Been an absolute joy having you on tonight. Go sleep well. And we'll probably keep in touch.
Dinner.
Oh,
I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Oh, 11 o'clock. Go eat some dinner then. Thanks, mate. We'll talk to you real soon.
No worries. Talk soon. Have a good one. Peace,
mate.
Bye-bye.
Well, Corvy, what an absolute delight that was.
Yeah, it was actually. It was nice to talk to him. I thought it was pretty good. He's obviously super fatigued, so it's good to see that their team is like scrimming him to death. Plus, he has a 9 to 5. He was saying.
Yeah, no, that's pretty rough. I have a 9 to 5. You don't have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I have tonight a 2 to 10. So.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Unfortunately.
No,
that was a good part. That was good. I just thought it was so strange because when you're like talking to pro players or coaches or people like in the scene, you just don't think that like you think, oh yeah, they're League of Legends coaches, they're League of Legends players.
Yeah.
There's just no money in the LCO, dude.
Yeah.
Like they have to work full-time jobs, focus on their career in uni, and also compete at the highest level.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But look, it was really nice to get him on. I was also tired. I was actually feeling it like halfway through. The YouTube viewers will see that where I was sort of just like my eyes just drooped a little bit and I was like, no, can't do that. And I felt bad because I was like, oh, this is like the top tier coach. I was so excited. And I've been teeing this up for so long. So, mate, any last thoughts? We can just talk a little bit of shit if we want to. We've got a tiny bit of time, but not too much.
No, it's all right. I think at the end of the day, the audio listeners who we love to death, God bless, they got to sit down, listen to a coach like lay on some facts, some knowledge. We had some pretty good questions in there. I'm happy to leave it there, man.
I think we could just leave it there. Now the real question though, Corvy, snakes or birds?
Oh my god, snakes or birds?
Snakes or birds?
Now
you gotta remember, this is a very overarching question. You
Yeah.
can choose what the snakes and birds do. You have full power over the snakes and birds.
This is such a random question. I wasn't expecting to be asked it myself. I don't know how he like answered it. And he actually gave a good reason to because the birds sound nice of a morning.
Nice, yeah.
Like, oh, that's so wholesome. I don't know snakes. I think they're cool. I guess, and they can.
What are you gonna do with the snakes though? Like that's the weird shit about it.
Like train them to kill people, dude. I don't know. I think snakes are pretty cool. I like birds too. And that's a really hard question. What about you, dude? Cows or elephants?
Dude, can you just imagine how many birds you could summon to kill all the snakes? Like
This isn't
Peregrine Falcon. Just out of
This
nowhere.
isn't what billion lions versus all Pokemon
That's where it came from. That's where it came from. I was like, he asked me about these damn Pokemon versus a fucking billion lions.
It's a lot of lions.
There's a lot of good Pokemon.
Yeah, there's a lot of lions. A billion's a lot of lions.
Birds or snakes? Birds or snakes?
Yeah, snakes. So you're a bird person.
I like birds. No. I don't mind snakes, but snakes have limits. Birds don't have limits. They are limitless. They are unbound by gravity. They do whatever they want. They can walk around if they want to, but they can still fly.
Snakes can swim.
Birds can swim. Have you met a duck?
Not really. I don't think in my life I've ever gone out and just, met a duck.
Go up to a duck. Hello, friend. Shake that duck's wing.
Hey, buddy.
Have a good conversation with the duck, mate.
Have some bread.
Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'll say.
Oh, God bless. Well, audio listeners and video listeners, but audio listeners, love you to death. Video listeners, how we're doing? Right down below. Birds or snakes? God bless. Good question, actually. Damn.
It's a good question. I thought about it. I've been prepping. You come up with the really good questions for interviews. I come up with the awesome end questions. And that was on the fly too. I had no prep for that. It was fantastic. I was so chuffed. But I thought about Pokemon versus fucking lions. I was like, fuck that shit. I need something
1 billion lions. It's a lot of lions.
Dude, there's a Pokemon that controls all Pokemon. There's a Pokemon that controls time. There's a Pokemon that controls space. He will just turn space. He turn these lines inside out. He can do that with one fucking mind control. Whatever. We're not on this topic again. So guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Next week, we have a really amazing episode. We're really chuffed to get this one going. It is actually International Women's Day next week. So we have a female streamer. Corvy, who's that streamer we got coming on?
Oh, they just have to come next week and find out, mate.
Oh, I like that suspense. That is everything I wanted. I was going to give them the answer, but no, I kind of like the suspense. So maybe we'll do a social media post about it on International Women's Day. Who knows?
That means they'll have to follow the Twitter. Crazy.
Look, I'm baiting you into the right things. Am I right? Birds and snakes, man. Birds and snakes. Guys, go hit us up on all the social medias. You'll be able to find them in the information below or on our main Twitter profile. So head on over there. We love interacting with you. If you have any cool questions or people you'd like to hit us up about and have conversations with, we're more than open. If you'd like to be on, give us a reason why. If you don't, tough shit. Be better.
Phone a fan segment, dude. Bring them on. Yell at them for like 2 minutes and then kick them off.
just bring them in, mute them, and just abuse them.
Just berate them for like 2 minutes out of nowhere, just completely out of pocket. And
Who
then
do you think you are? Birds and snakes. They can't even answer. They're just like, well, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next week for another episode of Two Summoners. I have been Papa Pike. This has been
Corvy. Thanks, man. Wow, I appreciate that.
I still wanted to incorporate that from the first episode. I'm Papa Pike. He's...
This is not happening. Have a good night, everybody. So much, it's been a great one.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next adventure, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.
See you next week.